Hi everyone! So today I'm going to show you how to use Photoshop from the very basic. So let's get started with creating a new file. So in your screen, in the left side of your screen, you'll see there's an option that says create new. Click on that and you'll see a lot of options for paper size in here. So you can see here there's an option where it says pixel, inches, centimeter, millimeters, point, or picos. So you can select any of this, whichever you're working with. I usually work in inches, so I'm gonna select inches. For this example, I'm gonna select a 17 by 11 paper size in a landscape orientation and then there's this resolution. I usually keep the resolution high so that I can get like a very good quality of the file and the image that I'm going to export. So resolution, like the higher the resolution, the better quality your image is going to be. So you can keep it like 200, 250 to 300. So I'm going to keep 300 for now. So if you go to color mode, usually what I do is if I'm working on something for digital viewers, like if you just want to view it in computer, then use work in RGB. But if you're planning to print it out, I would recommend you to use CMYK colors. So I'm going to use RGB for now. For the background contents, I always use white color and I'm going to leave rest just it is. So click on create. You'll see in the screen there's the white canvas in our screen. So I'll show you what are the basic tools. In this video, I'm just going to tell you the very basic things that you will need to use Photoshop. And I'm not going to show everything, but it's just like what you will need to work on a Photoshop. So if you see in your left, you'll see all the tools that is in the Photoshop. And there are like move tools and different tools that I'm going to talk about tools in a while. um in the top bar you'll see there's like auto select. This one is for if you want to like see the transformation in your image. I'll show you in a while about what auto select does and what transformation control does. So in the screen you see there's this scale bar. Scale bar is very helpful when you're working in precisions or you want a definite size of the contents. And you can see in your right there is this area where it will show all of your layers when you input them. And so another thing that you need to know is about the guidelines. So there are like two ways to bring guidelines in your screen. If you click on the scale bar and drag it down, there's gonna come a guideline here. You can see the sky blue, and this is just a guideline. It's not gonna get in your image or it's not gonna get printed if you want to print it. So the thing is similar in your like vertical guidelines. For vertical guidelines, click on your rural there and just drag it down and you will show the guidelines. Now, if you want the guidelines to be in some specific distance from your top and bottom of your canvas, then go to view and click on new guide. So you can see you can create you if you want to create horizontal or vertical guides and the position of the guide. So if you type here certain distance, like whatever you want, and click on OK, it'll just give you that guideline on that specific reason. And if you want to have like uh, columns, guideline of columns, then just go to views, new guide layout, and you're going to see like there's a whole option for creating columns in the canvas. So the presets let's check on the presets. So there are like default number of columns, like you want to have 16 or 24 or 8, or you just want to have something of your own that's not loaded here. So you just click on costume, and let's go for 3 number of columns for now. And the width of the columns, like the distance between these two guidelines. Um, I'm sorry, this is not for guidelines. I'll just leave width at 0. The gutter is for the distance between the two guides. So let me do 80 for now. And if you want margin, click on margin. It will show like the guidelines from all the edges. And I'll keep it 100, all of them. And center the column. If you want row, click on rows and follow the same process. And if you click OK, it's going to show you the guidelines over here. Now, let us go ahead with importing images in Photoshop. So I have like few images that I've downloaded from internet. So just to import the image, all you need to do is click on the image, drag it down to Photoshop, and bring it here. So I'll show you my sidebar. Okay, now you can see it. So when you drag it down, you'll see there's like an if you want this transformation to happen, then you have to click OK, or if you don't want it, just cancel it. So other way of doing this is just press enter if you want this image to be here, and press skip if you don't want it there anymore. So I'm so sorry, the screen sharing is blocking my bar and I'm having difficulty sharing it. Okay, now you can see it. So now if let me remove the guides from here. View, guide layout, clear, no clear, no version, no rows. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to follow in the same process for importing other images as well. Just click it, drag it, and drop it. And just click enter or click check mark for having the image over here. And I'm going to follow the same process again. So you can also do is click here, go to the top bar. You can see there's a plus sign like copy. If you just drag and drop it there, it's going to come in another layer, another file, and unlock it. Like there is a lock symbol here. Click on it, unlock it, and you can just drag it from here to here. So this is like 2 ways of importing images in Photoshop. Now, if you want to change the scale of the image here, this is the newest version of Photoshop. So if I just click on the edges and drag it upward, it's going to change it equally from all sizes. But different version of Photoshop has different commands for it. So in some version, you have to press Shift and then only drag it. And if you want the image to scale up from all of the side, press Alt and then press it, drag the image, and it's gonna increase from all of the sides. So it's gonna be like that. So I wanted like it to be in full image here, and then I will press enter. And like if you just want to compose the images in your photo, just click on the image and drag it, and it's going to move around and like help you move the image around. So I was talking about auto select and transformation before. So always make sure your auto select and transformation is on here, because if you turn it off, it's not selected. So to select this layer, you have to go to the layer and click it. So if you turn on the auto select and click on this, it's going to click, but it's not going to show that which layer has been selected. So show transformation control, what it does is it will show you like what layer you're selecting, and it can like help you edit this file. So always make sure these two are turned on and click it and drag it. Press shift if it's transforming in, if it's not scaling up equally or proportionately. And if you can see like all of your layers will be in this right side here. And how the layer works is whichever layer is in the top will come in the top, and whichever layer is in the bottom will show like for example, this layer is in the top, so it will always go above the layer that is below below it. And if you want like this image to come above this one, you have to go to the layers and drag it, and you can see the blue line, like it will show like where the image is going to be, and drop it. So now you can see like how this image came forward, then this image. So this is how you work on layers. Like you make sure that your layer and your image that you want in the top is always in the top in the layer bar. So I want this to be above this one, and here you go. And I'll just increase this, press enter, and you can see like how I have composed this pictures in one canvas here. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you how to use these tools over here, just the basic ones that you um, will need in Photoshop for doing almost anything. So this one is move tool, like whenever you want to select a layer and move it, you use the move tool. Then another is that's mostly used is brush tool. So whenever you click on brush tool, you'll see there's a circle here that shows the size of the brush, and if you press this, then they're going to be colored here. So always make sure that whatever you're using it in a new layer. Here's an option that creates a new layer. And if you brush it here, you're not going to brush it in the sunflower image. It's going to be in a different layer. So you can always work on this one if you want it or you don't want it. The original image is never going to get disturbed. So this one is brush tool. Another is erase tool. You can see here, this one is erase tool. So obviously it just erases the things that are there that you don't want it. And so for example, if you want erase or brush tool for like either of them, if you want to control the size of the brush or the opacity of brush, hardness of brush, the easiest way of doing that is just right click on anywhere in the screen, and you'll see like the size of brush or the hardness of brush, like how you want to increase it, or the types of brush that you want to use, and then you can use it. So to change the size of the brush, another way to do that, like easy way to do that, is also press Alt and drag it in the right and left, right and left. Like if you drag it towards right, it's going to increase. If you drag it towards left, it's going to decrease. And then you can use the brush tool as it requires. So, and to change the hardness, like you see here, hardness, to change the hardness, what you do is press Alt and drag it up or down. So if you drag it upwards, it's going to decrease the hardiness of the brush or erase tool. And if you drag it downwards, it's going to increase it. So if I make it to 0, it's look how different it is, like by changing the hardness. It's like more smooth as is blending around. However, this one is like hard edges. So this is like how you change the brush size and hardiness in Photoshop. There is this tool that says eyedropper. So if you want certain color from the image in the canvas, you just select the tool and click on the color. So you can see there's a bar over here that selects the color, and wherever you click it, it's going to take that color and show you like what color is being selected. And then you can choose brush and then start brushing it off. Um, so now I'm going to show you another tool that says selection tool. So this is a rectangular selection tool. What it does is it selects the part of the image in rectangular shape. So I'll click on this layer and select it. It's gonna either I'm gonna copy. So I just copy and paste it with Control C and Control V command. And it's just gonna like select and copy that part. And another one is a very interesting tool here. So let me bring another image in here. So this one tool is spot healing brush tool. So what it's going to do is it is going to remove the any object in your image, in your canvas, any object that's there that you don't want it. So if you look at this one, I have taken a photo of a few marbles. And for example, let's say I don't want this one marble to be here, this one and this one. I don't want these two marbles to be in this image. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go to spot healing brush, and again, the size of the brush, the rule for the size of the brush is same as that of brush tool or erase tool. Just press Alt and drag it to right and left. So I'm gonna make sure that my brush has the shape that covers this entire marble. And then click on this marble, you'll see there's this black spot, and then ta-da, it's gone. So you can see how I chose the specific image to show you like the pattern, the base as a pattern, so that you can see how it looks so natural. Like you can't even say that there was a marble before. So it's so convenient to remove any object that you don't want in an image. Let's do the same with this marble. I'm going to click it. It's going to show a black patch and process for a while and then gone. So that one is spot healing brush tool. So other tools here are content aware move tool. So we click on this one, and if I just want a replicate of this one here, then I'll just select this, and you can see the selection and move it. So what it's going to do is it's going to copy a certain part of the image and then like move it to other section. And it's not going to make a different layer. It's just going to move and be another layer here. So if you ever want to use it, then it's a super helpful tool. So this one is here. I'll just delete this one for now. I'll delete this one as well. And yeah, here you can see there's delete button. If you ever want to delete any of the layers, like for example, this one here we have, you can just click on this tiny delete thing and just delete it. So another is text tool. Text tool is like if you want any text here, you can just type it and increase the size. So command that's really helpful to increase the size of the text is press Shift and Control, and then press the full stop button. That's I don't know what you call it. It's usually beside the question mark. I'm so sorry, I'm so bad at it. But it's gonna increase or decrease the size of the text. So this one is text for you. And pen tool, I've already explained about pen tool, how to use it and its function, how to control it. I've already explained it in my previous video. One thing that I haven't explained there is you can also select through pen tool. Like if I want to I'll show you right away. So if I want to select the sunflower here using pen tool, then what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna make sure that I cover the sunflower here, and I'm gonna right click and it says make selection. I'll do OK, and it's gonna select that specific area. So this, I think, covers everything about Photoshop and the basic tools in Photoshop. I hope you all really enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching.